What's up, guys? It's Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down how wide receivers can stop overthinking their routes. So we're going to be looking at two specific examples. We're going to talk about how wide receivers cannot panic off the line of scrimmage against a press DB and how you guys can pick the right release for each situation. And then we're going to be discussing how you guys can stop overthinking your actual routes where you shorten your stride, your thinking, and you end up playing slow. So I hope this video helps you guys out. But also, fellas, if you're a wide receiver and you want a complete off-season training schedule with all the things that wide receivers need to do in the gym and on the field to improve their game, check out that very first link in the description below for our ultimate 8-week wide receiver workout plan. What you'll get access to is an 8-week schedule with over 500 plus wide receiver gym exercises and on-field wide receiver drills broken down with sets, reps, and examples of each specific drill. So check out that very first link below if you're interested in that. Let's get started with this video. So first clip here is going to be like a slant route against this outside shade press coverage DB. So the main thing when you come off the line is you want to keep it simple. A lot of people think that separation is won and lost right here. Now, I would say that it can be lost off the line, but I don't think separation is necessarily guaranteed off the line. I think you getting open has a lot to do with the top of the route, has a lot to do with your stem, being able to sell vertical. I think releases are solely to keep timing with the quarterback and to keep spacing on the route so you don't get rerouted, right? So a lot of times wide receivers don't have a plan. They don't have a thought process with their mind that they can get down, and that's why they overthink things, right? You got to keep it simple because playing simple helps you play fast. A lot of guys try to do all kinds of complicated releases. They try to absolutely torch this DB every time the ball is snapped, and that's not the game we play. Sometimes it's just about getting up into the route. So you got to outside leverage DB in this situation. What do you think you know about? What do you automatically know about his leverage? You know that he's outside the shade, and that means he's trying to protect the outside. So I know that I'm probably not going to get an outside release. All right, bam. What are some of the inside releases that I could use? All right, I'm ready to go. That's my plan. You keep it simple. It's all about identifying how close he is, which is easy. What leverage is he? Is he outside, head up, or inside? And what kind of route I have to run. And in this case, it's a slant. So I'm thinking, okay, that's an inside breaking route. He's outside shade. I'm going to attack him outside and take the inside release and take what he gives me. That's pretty much it. That's the thought process you need to have. Now, how do you get better at this thought process? How do you make it more simple? Because I get it. If you're a younger wide receiver, you may not understand that. You may be the guy who's just kind of like, man, oh, that sounds pretty foreign to me. That sounds a little confusing. You got to constantly rep these things out in your head, on the field, working practice. When we train with our receivers, it is all situational. Football is about situations. So you need to be prepared for the exact situations you're going to hit. Now, if you're going into high school, let's say, for example, and you're maybe not sure what kind of defensive looks you're going to see, you got to prepare for every single look that you're going to see. You got to walk out situations. You have to talk about it. You have to think, okay, this is what I like in this situation. This is what I like in this. How can I make it build off each other and then be able to go execute? But at the end of the day, we have to play fast. He's not doing a fancy slide, skip, release, trying to torch this DB, then go run his slant. He's giving him a wide step with the back foot, threatening him to his leverage, taking the inside release, and then breaking off on the slant. That is all the separation that we need, fellas, and that is how you can keep your route simple and stop overthinking it when it comes to press work. Now we're going to talk about top of the route and how you guys can get better at the stem and breaking on a dime. So this clip here from Sterling Shepard, I want to show this just because not necessarily this is something that we're going to break down, but this is obviously something that we all try to strive for, and that is being able to run full speed, full stride, and make a break against press coverage. So let's watch this thing full speed. So he does this split release coming off full speed, playing very fast, and is able to cut on a dime and get straight out of the route. So a lot is going on there, right? He's using a split release. He's dipping that shoulder to restack. He's breaking right off of a specific step and getting to a specific yardage. So a lot of wide receivers, when they're in this situation like this, they start thinking too much. They're like, oh, well, I could use this release. Oh, well, I got to make this move at the top of the route. I got to do this. And then when you start thinking too much, you start playing slow. That's where a lot of people get me wrong. A lot of people think that, oh, you're breaking this down. Nobody's ever going to think about that much. No, you're right. Nobody is ever going to think about this much during a route. But before the route in practice in the offseason, you got to think about these things and you got to think about the details because the details matter when you get to a certain point. And the goal is to be able to play like this. The goal is to be able to run full stride, full speed, get up into the break and break it off. And how we can do that is, guys, repetition. So many people don't get that. So many people think that you just get it down in 1 hour. It's not the case, fellas. You got to put constant hours, learn every single time you touch the field, learning new things, improving your mind, and improving your football IQ so we can ultimately play fast when it matters. 7-on-7, quite frankly, doesn't matter. One-on-ones don't matter. What matters is when the bright lights are on, you're in full pads, and it's 11-on-11. And that is what we're trying to train you for, and that is what we're trying to get you better for. So repetition, fellas, something that you can do to build on this skill, being able to run full speed and break. You should be repping out when you run routes versus air. You don't need a DB and you don't need a quarterback. That's a lot of people's excuse when they train. Oh, coach, I don't have a quarterback. So what? Go run your routes, go actually get better and actually work on the repetition element of this position. But go through a route tree and do everything off of steps until you get it right. For example, let's say you're working the post route. Don't just run up to a cone, run the post one time. Let's go off of my 4th outside step, my 7th step, and be able to break off and work on that repetition. So when it's time to go and you have an object in front of you now, a DB, and it's press situation, you can't think about everything. You just have to get to a landmark. It's already muscle memory and it's already a habit. So that's how wide receivers can play faster. Don't overthink things off the line, and repetition and doing what you need to do constantly trying to improve is how we get better when it matters the most. Let's play this thing again, full speed one more time. Great job by Shepard with the split. Great job selling vertical, being able to cut on a dime, and playing fast. The number one goal, fellas, is to ultimately play fast. All right, fellas, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We will give you guys plenty of feedback if you have questions. We'll probably make a video on it because, you guys help keep this channel rolling, so we definitely appreciate it. And again, fellas, if you'd like an 8-week-long wide receiver gym and field workout plan, don't hesitate. Check out that very first link in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.